Follow the Plan, a motivational speech for achievers. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey that challenges limits, that requires courage, and above all, a plan. Each of us has dreams, aspirations, and achievements that we want to achieve. But the real difference between those who dream and those who achieve is the willingness to follow a plan. Imagine an architect. Before building a magnificent structure, he spends hours, days, even months designing every detail. The same applies to us. A well-structured plan serves as the map that guides us through the storms of life. Without a plan, we sail in unknown waters, lost and without direction. To follow a plan, you need clear objectives. Ask yourself, what do you really want? What are your short-term and long-term goals? Write them down. Turn those nebulous desires into tangible objectives. When you set a goal, you create a reference point. This is the first step towards achievement. On the path to achievement, many face challenges. This is where the growth mindset becomes vital. See each obstacle as an opportunity to learn. Every mistake is a lesson in disguise. By adopting this mindset, you turn frustrations into fuel for your journey. Following a plan requires persistence. There will be days when you feel unmotivated, when results seem far away. It is in these moments that true achievers shine. Remember, the difference between those who make it to the top and those who fall by the wayside is the ability to keep going, even when the journey gets tough. Along the way, celebrate each small victory. Each step you take toward your goal is an accomplishment. These celebrations not only keep you motivated, but they also reinforce the idea that you are making progress. The journey is just as important as the destination. While having a plan is essential, it is equally important to be flexible. Life is full of surprises, and things don't always go as planned. Be willing to adjust your plan as needed. Adapting to circumstances is a sign of strength, not weakness. Don't go this route alone. Surround yourself with people who share your vision and support you. A strong community can provide emotional support, advice, and even opportunities that you would never have found on your own. Together, you can achieve so much more. Remember, the time to act is now. Don't wait until the conditions are perfect. Perfect timing never comes. Start where you are with what you have. Each day is a new opportunity to move closer to your goals. Imagine for a moment that your life is a grand expedition, not a journey without direction, where every step is dictated by the wind or the capricious current. No, it is an expedition with purpose, with a treasure to be found, a peak to be climbed, a legacy to be built. Many begin their journeys with a burning heart, an unshakable passion, but passion, no matter how intense, is like a sailboat without a rudder in a storm. It can take you anywhere or nowhere if there is no clear direction. It is not a shackle that binds the free spirit. Far from it. The plan is your liberation. It is the map that reveals the path between dream and reality. It is the compass that points to true north when the fog of uncertainty tries to obscure your vision. Think of the great works, the inventions that revolutionized eras, in the lives that inspired millions. None of them was a mere whim of fate. Behind every innovation, every monumental victory, there was an underlying structure, a set of meticulously plotted steps, an unwavering commitment to the process. The inner voice of procrastination whispers that the future is distant, that improvisation is the path of the bold. But the truth is that boldness without strategy is just recklessness. A plan is the intelligence of action, the preparation for the inevitable, and the foundation for the extraordinary. It forces us to look ahead, to anticipate obstacles, to foresee needs, and to envision solutions before problems even arise. It is in planning that chaos is organized, that the mirage becomes tangible, and that the impossible begins to give way to the possible. You who feel the call of greatness need to understand that the discipline of following a plan is not a burden, but a power. It is the force that transforms intention into initiative, desire into reality. It is the daily commitment, the small action that, repeated with consistency and direction, transforms into an avalanche of progress. Without it, energy is dispersed, focus fades, and the journey that should be a triumphant march becomes a wandering meander. The plan is your commitment to excellence, your roadmap to mastery. It is the physical representation of your will to win, the proof that you are not just dreaming but working tirelessly to build that dream. It is your vote of confidence in yourself, the declaration that you are the architect of your own destiny and not a mere spectator of your own life. Do not be fooled by the mirage of luck or the shortcut of chance. The true journey of achievement is paved with intentionality. It is in the silence of preparation that the greatest victories are forged. Many see only the end result, the athlete on the podium, the entrepreneur at the peak, the artist applauded. But few witness the countless hours of training, the sleepless nights, the setbacks faced and the adjustments made, all orchestrated by a meticulous plan. The plan is your non-negotiable commitment to reality. It is not an ethereal abstraction, but an embodiment of your will. It requires you to face the facts, to assess your resources with brutal honesty, to identify your blind spots, and to chart a realistic path to overcoming them. It is the art of breaking down a grand goal into manageable steps, each one a small achievement that fuels the flame for the next. Think of a master builder who builds an imposing cathedral. He does not start with the roof or the stained glass windows. He begins with the foundations, with the structural calculations, with the selection of each stone and the planning of each beam. Each brick is laid with precision, following a blueprint that precedes the first shovel of dirt. This is the essence of following the plan. Dedication to each brick of your own life project. Herein lies a crucial truth. A plan is not a chain that binds you to an inflexible path. Quite the opposite. It is your greatest tool for adaptation. In the course of life, storms arise, winds change direction, and the terrain may turn out differently than expected. If you don't have a plan, you'll founder. If you have a plan that's too rigid, you'll fail. But if you understand the living nature of a plan, you know that it's a compass, not a train track. The plan is your ability to readjust your sails without losing your desired destination. It allows you to calmly assess deviations because you know where you want to end up. An unexpected storm may require you to shelter your vessel for a while, or temporarily change course. But with the plan in hand, you won't be lost. You'll know which supplies to check, which risks to reassess, and how to get back on track as soon as the sky clears. The essence of following the plan in this context is strategic resilience, the ability to absorb the impact, learn from it, and recalibrate without losing focus on the end vision. It reminds you that an obstacle is not the end of the journey, but an opportunity to improve your route. Many aspire to the top of the mountain, but few commit to the daily climb. The glory of achievement lies not only in the moment of triumph, but in the countless hours of quiet discipline that precede it. The plan is the embodiment of that discipline. It demystifies greatness by transforming it into a series of actionable tasks. It is not a monumental leap, but rather 1,000 small coordinated steps. It is in the daily execution of the plan that willpower is tested and strengthened. This is where the difference between the dreamer and the conqueror becomes apparent. The conqueror does not wait for inspiration to act. He acts based on his plan, even when inspiration wanes. He understands that each completed task, no matter how trivial it may seem, is one more brick in the construction of his empire. This relentless discipline of following the script, of doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done, is what turns intention into inertia, what generates the momentum that over time becomes unstoppable. It is the commitment of each dawn, the conscious choice to rise and move forward, guided by the certainty of what has been outlined. Your journey is not just yours. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome in following your plan, resonates beyond you. Your dedication to the process, your tenacity in the face of adversity, all of this becomes an invisible legacy that inspires and uplifts those around you. By choosing to follow the plan, you not only build your own future, but you also demonstrate the power of intention, discipline, and persistence. You become a beacon for those still lost in the fog of uncertainty, a living testament to the fact that greatness is not a gift, but an achievement. You are not just building a career, a project, or a life. You are building a philosophy of existence, an existence where chance is minimized and purpose is maximized, where every action has a reason and every effort is an investment in tomorrow. It is proof that with a clear roadmap and the unwavering will to follow it, the unattainable becomes achievable, and the most audacious dreams become concrete milestones in the tapestry of your life. Do not be fooled by the mirage of luck or the shortcut of chance. The true journey of achievement is paved with intentionality. It is in the silence of preparation that the greatest victories are forged. Many only see the end result, the athlete on the podium, the entrepreneur at the peak, the artist applauded. But few witness the countless hours of training, the sleepless nights, the rejections faced and the adjustments made. All of this orchestrated by a meticulous plan. The plan is your non-negotiable commitment to reality. It is not an ethereal abstraction, but a concretization of your will. It requires you to face the facts, to assess your resources with brutal honesty, to identify your blind spots, and to chart a realistic path to overcoming them. It is the art of breaking down a grand goal into manageable steps, each a small achievement that fuels the fire for the next. Think of a master builder who builds an imposing cathedral. He doesn't start with the roof or the stained glass windows. He starts with the foundations, with the structural calculations, with the selection of each stone, and the planning of each beam. Each brick is laid with precision, following a blueprint that predates the first shovel of dirt. This is the essence of following the plan, dedication to each brick of your own life project. The plan is your ability to readjust the sail without losing course to the desired port. It allows you to assess the deviations calmly, because you know where you want to go. An unexpected storm may require you to shelter your vessel for a while, or to change course temporarily. But with a plan in hand, you won't be lost. You'll know which supplies to check, which risks to reassess, and how to get back on track once the sky clears. The essence of following a plan in this context is strategic resilience. The ability to absorb impact, learn from it, and recalibrate without losing focus on the end vision. It reminds you that an obstacle is not the end of the journey, but an opportunity to improve your route. It is in the daily execution of the plan that willpower is tested and strengthened. This is where the difference between the dreamer and the conqueror becomes apparent. The conqueror doesn't wait for inspiration to act. He acts on his plan, even when inspiration wanes. He understands that each completed task, no matter how trivial it may seem, is one more brick in the building of his empire. This relentless discipline of following the script, of doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done, is what turns intention into inertia, which generates the momentum that, over time, becomes unstoppable. It is the commitment of each dawn, the conscious choice to rise and move forward guided by the certainty of what has been mapped out. The greatest mistake a conqueror can make is to treat the plan as a sacred and immutable parchment. Life, my dears, is a river, and the plan, a canoe. You may have plotted the best route on the map before you set out, but the river moves, rocks appear, and unexpected currents divert its course. The true master of navigation knows that the plan is a living, breathing organism, adjusting to the realities of the terrain. There will be days when the road is long, your muscles ache, and the voice of fatigue whispers in your ear. The vision of the final goal will seem distant, and the initial glow of passion may seem like a dying ember. In these moments, the importance of the plan reveals itself not only as a practical guide, but as emotional fuel. First, remember the why. The plan is the manifestation of your deepest purpose. When motivation wanes, go back to your roots, to that initial spark that ignited your desire to achieve. What drives you? What are the non-negotiable values that your plan represents? This reconnection with your greater purpose is the first dose of energy that rekindles your flame. Second, celebrate the small victories. Each step completed in your plan, no matter how small, is a milestone to be recognized. Don't wait for the final achievement to feel the taste of triumph. With each task crossed off your list, each obstacle overcome as planned, allow yourself a moment of recognition. These small triumphs are concrete proof of your progress, evidence that you are on the right path. They are the bread and water that nourish your soul on the long journey. Finally, keep your vision clear. The plan is the bridge, but the vision is the solid ground on the other side. In moments of doubt, close your eyes and visualize success. Feel the thrill of achievement, the taste of victory. This visualization is not an act of fantasy, but a neural reinforcement of your commitment. It is the mental anchor that pulls you back on course when the currents of giving up threaten to drag you away. The plan tells you how to get there, but the vision reminds you why you are going. And so, conquerors of our own destiny, we arrive at the unquestionable essence of every great journey, of every empire built, of every life fully lived. The plan. It is more than a map or a roadmap. It is the manifestation of your unbreakable will, the discipline that sets you free, the compass that guides you through the fog, and the fuel that sustains the flame of your passion. The plan is the proof that you are not adrift, at the mercy of the winds of fortune or chance. You are the architect of your reality, the sculptor of your tomorrow. Remember, the greatest achievements are not born of chance, but of precise intention and relentless execution. There will be days when the road is hard, the weight of responsibility crushing, and the voice of skepticism loud. But in those moments, hold on to your plan. It is your anchor, your reminder of purpose, your promise to yourself that every step counts, every drop of sweat is an investment, and every challenge overcome is a stepping stone to greatness. The beauty of following the plan lies not only in the glory of the finish line, but in the intrinsic satisfaction of each step forward, in the sense of flow that emerges when your mind and actions align with your purpose. It is the dance of discipline, the melody of mastery, the daily proof that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So, stand up. Look at your own plans, whether they are a draft on a notepad, a complex system in your mind, or a silent commitment in your heart. Embrace them, review them, adapt them, but above all, follow the plan. For it is on this path, on this intentional journey, that you will not only achieve your goals, but, in a deeper and more meaningful way, conquer yourself. The future awaits, and the seed of your greatest victory lies in today's deliberate action. The moment is now. If this video lit a fire in you and propelled you to chart your own path, subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell so you don't miss a single step of this journey of achievements. Together, we will build the future you planned.